So we get this one over here. All right. Challah bread. It says water is sitting at about 120 grams, but it's got to be at room temperature. So I'm going to get that one ready. Okay, 90 to 120 degrees. And we're looking for 120 grams. Meantime, we get those yeast going here too. There we go. So water for the challah bread, 120 grams. There we go. 120 grams. So first, activate yeast. So water goes in. Now I gotta measure my yeast. 4 grams of yeast. Okay. Okay, yeast is in there. Okay, I'm going to set the yeast aside for a minute. Let it activate. Okay, there's the yeast. Now, I'm going to sift my ingredients in my bowl. My dry ingredients, which in this case is the salt, the sugar, okay. Did you guys understand what the recipe is talking about when you say you need pastry flour? Did I go over that in class and lecture yesterday? Miss Tessa? No? So pastry flour is the equivalent, okay? So we're looking over the recipe today more in detail. Pastry flour is 2 parts AP, 1 part cake flour. For your Blitz dough from the book, page 1007. Yeah. For the Blitz dough, because I was looking at it this morning, it's like, wait a minute. I don't think we talked about the AP flour versus the, whatchamacallit, cake flour. But pastry flour equals 2 AP, 1 cake flour, okay? All right, flour is getting sifted for my challah bread. And remember, we are going to save this challah bread dough for tomorrow. So we make it today and set it aside, okay? Been sifted. Okay. All right, cool. Now I'm going to add my wet ingredients to my yeast. Okay. So I'm going to add my egg yolk, and I'm going to add my oil. I'm going to scrape this egg yolk inside this mix. Okay. This is an easy recipe. It's just about, the hardest part is, again, braiding the dough tomorrow. Okay. There we go. Egg yolk is in. I'm going to give this little mix here. So I have my water, my yeast, egg yolk, and oil mix. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and slowly add my dry ingredients while I'm mixing this dough. Okay. Here we go. Once this dough is done, then I'm going to go ahead and get a Ziploc baggie, spray it, and store this dough for tomorrow. Okay? And then I'm going to jump into my baguette dough. Really, I can shake it over this time. And remember, you're saving your baguette dough for a canapé day coming up next week. Okay? Your challah bread dough is going to look kind of yellowish, but that's okay. That's the way it's supposed to look like. Oh, by the way, I did see Chef Paula over the weekend. She just said to still tell you guys, hi, what's up? And I was complimenting you guys to her, too. She's still full of piss and vinegar as well, too. My goodness. Mr. Mitchell! So what we got going on today, it's the... in my mixer, I got the challah bread going. I got my baguette dough proofing from yesterday at my stovetop. I'm gonna get this challah bread dough, put it in a Ziploc baggie that is greased with ham spray, and store it away for tomorrow. And then I'm gonna bring my baguette and start working on my baguettes. Okay. The last one is gonna be the blitz dough. All right. Seems like this challah bread, it looks pretty good. Okay, we'll take it out of the hook. Okay. Okay. But your challah bread doesn't have any malt syrup in the recipe, Mr. Mitchell. It's got bread flour, yeast, water, egg yolks, oil, sugar, and salt. Yes. Yeah, we're looking at it, but I don't know if you guys have the new book. The new book is page 1007. No, it's not on the page. That's the new book. Let me bring out the old book, see if I can find it. Yeah, that's okay. All right, let me take a look real quick. See if I can find that recipe for the blitz dough. Potatoes, pasta, pork, dairy sauces, soups, principles, beef cooking. Where are we? Cakes, pies and cookies, custards, frozen, quick breads, yeasty breads, quick breads. Where is the blitz dough? Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up on the screen and give it to you guys, all right? Just give me a minute and I'll find it real quick. It's a lot easier. Where are you? There we go. Okay. All right, so this is my production sheet. The blitz dough is in the bottom part of the production sheet, all right? There we go. Okay. It says bread flour 8 ounces, pastry flour 8 ounces. And again, that's 2 parts AP, 1 part K. Excuse me, sorry. So bread flour 8 ounces, pastry flour 8 ounces, butter 1 pound, salt quarter of an ounce, water, cold water 8 ounces. Okay. All right, this dough is done for the challah bread. Okay. So, put this mixer back. Okay. So here's my challah bread dough. Okay, already done. So I already greased my Ziploc baggie. It's gonna go inside. Okay. I'm going to give it just enough air to breathe. And that's it. Done. Now, well, that is in my refrigerator for tomorrow. I'm going to jump over the baguette dough. Yikes. What's wrong with your truck? There's a shop called the Muffler Man. It's on it's right on close to no, it's the Muffler Man. That's what it's called. It's close to campus. It's like within about a mile or two from campus. It's on North Lamar. It's kind of hidden. It's on one of the side streets, and I have my catalytic converter change on my truck. It was cost me like $500 to get it done. Not bad. Oh, not bad. Yeah, but if you're looking to get some muffler work done or anything like that, it's called the Muffler Man. You can Google it, and he's got pretty reasonable prices. It's not busy at all, and that's all he does. Okay. Yeah. No, he's got all the tools, and that's all he does, though. Nothing else. Okay. All right, so I'm working on my baguette dough right now, okay? What I have on the screen for you guys is my production sheet, and it has the Blitz dough recipe. We need that for the palmiers for tomorrow. 8 ounces of bread flour, 8 ounces of pastry flour, 1 pound of butter, 1/4 ounce of salt, and 8 ounces of ice cold water, okay? That's what we need for the Blitz dough. We're gonna make that today for tomorrow, okay? And pastry flour, the ratio, the pastry flour is 2 parts cake, 1 part AP, 2 parts AP, 1 part cake flour. That's the pastry flour, okay? Anyway, so here's my baguette dough, okay? I'm gonna cut it in quarters. I'll make at least, try to make 4 small baguettes if I can, okay? There you go. There you go. I got the seam down that side, bottom. Okay. All right, you guys know what the rest of it, turn on the screen. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can turn one of these into an epi. That we talked about the other day. I used to sheet tray, so don't get that big. There you go. Let's spray this one and cover it, let it proof. that dough is cooking right now. So I'm gonna make one into an egg if I can, just for the fun of it. Spray that in too. And the cover with saran wrap there, that one proof as well too. Alright, baguette dough is proofing now. Okay. Clean this table up. Blitz dough. Today is going to be one of those easy days too. Okay. Just gotta wait for the baguette to be done. Okay. So here's my scale. Okay. All right, come on. Figure out which one is which. There we go. So this is my pastry flour. I need 4 more ounces, and I need to measure it again. Ounces. So 4 ounces of AP. Okay. But I need about 8 ounces of pastry flour. Okay, so I have 2 to 1. I got 2 AP, 1 cake flour mix right here in this bowl. Okay, and from here, the AP flour is mixed with the cake flour. I'm now going to measure 8 ounces. Okay, make sure it's mixed properly. Here we go. $8 ounces. I'm going to save this and label it pastry flour for next time. We may need it. I don't know if we will, but just in case, I don't want to throw it away. Thank goodness for label makers. There you go. So just like making pie dough, we're going to use our countertop to mix this butter into this flour, okay? So 8 ounces of bread flour, 8 ounces of pastry flour mixed together. Sift it on my table. Let me sift it on my bowl first. If you got one of those food processors, slides to make this blitz dough on it, or you got one of those pie cutters to cut the butter into the flour, be awesome too. I don't have either one. Haven't got to make that investment yet. Okay. Salt. All right, so here's my dough. And again, we're making this dough today, and then we're using it tomorrow for the palm ears. Not today, okay? This is an easy. This is a really easy, fast recipe for puff pastry. If you guys ever look into making a puff pastry in the future, always remember blitz dough, okay? Because puff pastry takes some time to make. Right now, it's all about cutting the flour into this dough. Good. Okay. You want it pea size, flaky, not mealy, okay? Oh, shit. Clean my stove afterwards. Almost getting there. A little bit larger than pea size, but I'm getting there. There's a little bit of elbow grease cutting this butter into this flour to make it pea size. All right, it's getting there. Yes. Which dough? No, not supposed to be sticky or wet, not mealy either. It's supposed to be nice and tight. You got 300 grams of bread flour? 400 grams of yeast? I mean, 4 grams of yeast? 120 grams of water? 60 grams of egg yolks? 28 grams of oil? 30 grams of sugar? 5 grams of salt? Yeah, that's supposed to be mealy. It's supposed to be, I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. It would have been better if you use your mixer to make it. Yeah, really? How come you just come on like that? That's it. How mealy is it? Is it like flaky? Is it falling apart? So you can try adding a couple of drops of cold water to bring it tight, but not too much. Because if you add too much water, you're going to need to add flour, and you're going to alter the recipe. Just enough to make it tight. Yeah, just a few drops. And what are you using? What kind of, are you using the hook or your mixer? Yeah, a few drops of water with the hook. And keep on kneading until it becomes nice and tight. Yes, cold water. Just a few drops, okay, not a lot, okay? So put that dough back in it, add a few drops, and use turn the mixer on low speed. Okay, this dough for the blitz dough is almost done. Okay, I'm going to mix in the water now. Okay, it's cold. Sprinkle a few on it, and keep on mixing it with the cutter. Okay. Yes. For the blitz dough, use it as in segments. You're supposed to use all the water, but use it in segments until it becomes tight. So I'm not adding all of it at once. I'm adding it in batches. Really? Because one is not. Take a look at my other camera where they have the on the countertop. I've already added almost a half of it, and it's not sticky at all. It's still kind of dry. So if it's sticky, stop adding water. Okay? Okay. That's it? That's weird. Because I added like half of my water in it. If it's sticky, just dust it with a little bit of flour to make it unsticky. That's it. Dust it lightly, okay? Mine is almost taking the whole 8 ounces of flour, water. And it's still kind of flaky and it's not sticky yet. So I'm going to keep on kneading it. But I have about maybe 2 ounces of water that I'm not having mixed in it yet. So when you finish your blitz dough, okay, you're going to try to roll it or try to flatten it out, okay? Be a lot easier to work with it tomorrow, okay? Flatten it out if you can on a sheet tray, okay? So here's mine, see? Now mine is sticky because again I got warm hands and I'm right next to my stovetop. Let me go wash my hands and get this dough ready for storage. Okay. All right, blitz dough is done. I'm gonna go ahead and flatten it out, okay, for storage. I don't want to save it like that in a big old ball of dough, because tomorrow when I bring it out, it's gonna be really hard to work with it, okay? Got my sheet tray, my parchment paper, okay. Gonna put my dough right here in the middle, okay. Gonna clean my table first before I can start flattening out this dough. Yeah, as soon as you're done with the doughs, we're done with the flour. Your last one was your blitz dough. Yeah, that's one thing about working with flour. Oh, I know powdered sugar, cocoa powder. It's like everywhere. Yes. Okay. Really? Now a little bit more water, a few more drops of water. It's too dry. Okay. Now here's my blitz dough, okay, on my sheet tray and on top of parchment paper. I'm going to flatten it out, okay? So I'm going to wear a couple of gloves and try to flatten it out with my hand. Before I can store it away. Because if you don't, again, it has a pound of butter. So what butter will do, when it gets cold, it'll solidify and it'll be solid like a brick. So when you bring it out tomorrow to roll it, it's going to be kind of hard to roll out. Okay. I'm just spraying my hands with that PAM spray so my dough doesn't stick to my hands. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, cool. So there's my blitz dough. I flattened it out, okay. On my sheet tray with parchment paper. I'm gonna wrap it, okay. and then store it away. Okay, that's for tomorrow. That's for the palmiers, okay? And then I'm gonna work on these baguettes after this is done. There we go. Blitz dough's done. Okay. So here's my blitz dough. Yes. Okay, that looks good now. It's not crumbling, it's not tearing apart. Now go ahead and knead it into a ball and then put it in a Ziploc baggie or a little bowl that has grease and wrap it aside for tomorrow, okay? No, because remember, tomorrow when you bring it out, you're gonna proof it. It's gonna proof, and it's gonna get softer. Yes, not on the countertop at room temperature because it's gonna overflow and grow like feed me Seymour kind of deal. You wake up tomorrow, you're gonna have a something growing in your countertop. Okay. All right, let's throw this in the cooler, in the refrigerator. So, baguette time, okay? Here's the baguettes. Let me see if I can find a blade to go ahead and cut it. I thought I had a blade. Because my knife is not sharp enough. One is two, let's see what happens. Still not sharp enough. Nope. We do need to get a blade for this doughs. Let me see if my serrated knife works. All right. Make the best out of it. Okay. And I said I was going to do one piece out of this one. Let me see if I can find my scissors. No, not even. No. Do what we can. All right, so let me get my pan of ice, and in they go to the oven. All right. Baguettes are in the oven, guys. 450. Okay, 450 baguettes. All right, I'm going to clean up a little bit, and that's when the baguettes are done. Remember, we're going to save them and use them for Canapé Day, which is coming up next week on Tuesday. Unless you want to make baguettes again. Yes. Uh-huh. In a cylindrical shape. So once you make them into a ball, then you roll them with both hands, pressing down. You roll them outwards with your hands stretching the baguette out to the side. So see, look at my screen, okay, my countertop. So I got my dough here. I'm putting my hands down and I'm pressing it gently, rolling it back and forth. And as I'm doing so, I'm moving my hands away from the middle. As I'm rolling it back and forth, it's still my pressure. That. No, you might want to cut it in half to make 2 baguettes out of that one. Okay. all I'm waiting now is for the baguette dough to be done.